Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving deep into a story that's making headlines across South Africa, the upcoming National Dialogue Initiative announced by President Cyril Ramaphosa, set to take place on August 15th. It's supposed to be a moment for the country to reflect on its future, particularly as we inch toward the goals of the Vision 2030 plan. But as you can probably guess, not everyone is buying into the hype. In fact, the announcement has sparked fierce criticism from some of the nation's most vocal opposition parties, especially the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, and the newly prominent Umkhonto we Sizwe, MK Party. They've labeled this entire initiative as a farce, a publicity stunt, and even an elitist cover-up designed to mask the failures of a struggling administration. So today, we ask, is this dialogue a genuine effort to unify South Africa and chart a better course? Or is it just another ANC-led performance to delay accountability and sideline the real issues? Let's unpack it all. President Ramaphosa has built this event as a platform for national reflection and consensus building. Under the broader Vision 2030 agenda, the dialogue is meant to help recalibrate South Africa's development path in the face of economic stagnation, rising poverty, political instability, and widespread public distrust in government institutions. The goal, according to the presidency, is to bring together political leaders, civil society, labor unions, business leaders, and community stakeholders in one room to confront South Africa's most pressing challenges together. On the surface, this sounds noble. But the reaction from the opposition has been nothing short of scathing. Let's start with the EFF. Julius Malima's party has flat out dismissed the dialogue as a desperate attempt by President Ramaphosa to appear active and relevant while South Africans continue to suffer from unemployment, crumbling infrastructure, load shedding, and a deteriorating healthcare system. The EFF accuses the president of using this event as political theater, an illusion of leadership meant to buy time as the ANC's dominance rapidly erodes. They argue that no meaningful change can come from a stage-managed event that excludes the grassroots voices, the actual communities bearing the brunt of government failure. For them, it's another elite function filled with business suits and soft speeches while the townships remain locked in poverty, violence, and neglect. The MK Party, led by Jacob Zuma and increasingly influential in post-election South Africa, went even further. They described the national dialogue as a tool engineered by billionaires and ruling elites to keep a crumbling regime intact. In their words, it's not a national conversation, it's a smokescreen, designed to suppress revolutionary energy and keep poor South Africans out of the room where decisions are made. MK sees this as part of a broader pattern where real power continues to be hoarded at the top while the masses are handed empty slogans and symbolic gestures. Meanwhile, the Good Party has taken a more balanced stance. They've expressed cautious support for the initiative, calling it long overdue and necessary to rebuild national trust in the post-election period. But even they warn that the dialogue must not become a private club for the elite. They fear it may turn into just another talk shop where everyday South Africans are spoken about, not spoken to. Now let's take a step back. Why is this so important? Because South Africa is at a serious crossroads. After the 2024 elections, the political landscape is more fractured than ever. The ANC lost its majority, forcing talks of a government of national unity or unstable coalitions. The MK Party's rise in KwaZulu-Natal has shaken traditional strongholds. The DA, EFF, IFP, Action SA, and other parties are circling, waiting to capitalize on ANC missteps. And yet, amidst all this uncertainty, the ruling party appears to be playing a dangerous game, projecting stability while its foundations are visibly crumbling. The idea that Ramaphosa can call a national dialogue and heal a divided country sounds appealing, but not when major opposition parties refuse to show up at the table. This raises a serious question: can any so-called national dialogue truly succeed if key political players are absent or actively undermining it? Because let's be honest, if the EFF and MK Party stay out of the room, if civil society groups feel alienated, and if the broader public sees this as just another ANC brand PR exercise, then what legitimacy can this dialogue claim to have? And here's the deeper issue: South Africans are not just tired, they are angry. Angry at load shedding. Angry at corruption. Angry at leaders who promise reform but deliver bureaucracy. Angry that over a decade after Vision 2030 was first introduced, we are nowhere near the targets it set on education, healthcare, job creation, and reducing inequality. A 9-year-old policy document filled with good intentions is not going to impress people who can't afford transport, whose kids are stuck in overcrowded classrooms, or who haven't seen a government housing project in years. If Ramaphosa wants this dialogue to matter, he's going to have to ensure it's not just about talk. There must be accountability. There must be actionable outcomes. And there must be real inclusion, not symbolic invitations to a few community leaders, but genuine representation from the working class, the unemployed, the youth, and rural communities. But let's also consider another possibility: what if this national dialogue isn't just a PR stunt, but a desperate attempt to stabilize the country before things fall apart completely? With rising tensions in KwaZulu-Natal, talks of political assassinations, a divided ANC caucus, and escalating service delivery protests in places like Tembisa, Kebera, and Khayelitsha, this could be the president's last-ditch effort to bring political actors back from the brink. If the dialogue fails, it may deepen the perception that this administration is adrift, and that Vision 2030 is just another failed dream. In the end, the real test will not be what is said at the national dialogue, but what is done afterward. Will the recommendations be implemented? Will civil society be empowered to hold leaders accountable? Or will we get another expensive conference with glossy banners and media soundbites, while the people return home to broken infrastructure and no jobs? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear: this is not just about the future of the ANC. It's about the future of the Republic. A new generation of South Africans is watching, and they won't be fooled by polished speeches. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is this national dialogue a genuine effort to fix South Africa, or just another delay tactic by a government that's run out of ideas? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a breakdown of the biggest political stories shaking South Africa. Thanks for watching. See you next time.